Greetings to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Dear friends, it's a pleasure to see you again. See you again last night, here on the True Ghost Stories channel, where we continue with episode 16 of the story about Kevin's reburial. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to invite you to dive into the content of episode 16 of this series as presented by Dean Shadow. Mr. Ka and the elders, after listening to Master Leon, turned to look at each other, their mouths agape in astonishment. Ms. Jong immediately exclaimed, "Oh my! What did you just say? What is this? There really is a treasure?" Master Leon nodded firmly. "Yes, indeed, ma'am. That's correct. And not just one, but 4 treasures in total." "Treasures?" Madam Keat asked again. "The carved panel is already here, but what about the ironwood?" "It's here. And the ironwood is in there. Still there. Just consider it as a bronze stele has been stolen. So let me ask you, where is the golden Buddha statue?" Madam Keat's question was not only direct and straight to the point, hit the other's sore spot. The remaining elders, even Mr. Ka, looked very curious about the 4 treasures that Master Leon had just mentioned. Master Leon wanted to win over the elders. 3 was too much. Mr. Ka moved closer, secretly tugging at the hem of Master Leon's robe. His voice lowered, whispering, "Brother Luong, why would you suddenly say something like that? This isn't something to joke about. Come on!" Miss Dong called for everyone to settle down. "Group! Together calm." She struck her cane against the ground. Her asked, "Mr. Luong, I think of you, related to Mr. Ka's family, and you do have some knowledge. I'm sure you indeed meant well. But you ended up rambling, and it came across as too long. I'm already 80 years old this year, close to the grave. And who knows how many more years I have left. So, in terms of age, I am the oldest person in this village. My life is attached to this village. Feng Bai has been with this temple since childhood. I don't dare claim to be someone who knows everything. But I have never heard the elders, the ancestors, never mention a treasure in this community house. From my father's generation to mine and now to our children, the villagers have struggled in their daily lives, working tirelessly all day long, yet still not having enough to eat. Then came war, famine, and people died without even a coffin to be buried in. Poverty and hunger. It's been 3 generations. Is there any gold or silver? We may have gotten angry and said some things that were a bit harsh. But thinking it over, we're all old now, so let's just let it go. You just need to apologize to me and the elders with a few words. Otherwise, the more you talk, the more it all leads nowhere. Going absolutely nowhere." Mr. Ka hurriedly pulled Master Leon's hand. Elder Dong said, "That's right, sir. I feel like things are getting way out of hand. Uncle Long, you..." Master Leon stepped forward, clasped his hands in front of his chest, and bowed slightly. "Thank you, elders, for your generosity. Since yesterday, I have been eating the food and drinking the water of Phuong Bai village. Today, I consider it my small contribution to find the treasure and repay everyone's kindness. As for the golden Buddha statue, fortunately, it is still inside the communal house. I can retrieve this treasure indeed if and only if the elders agree." Elder Dong, his hand trembling, mouth quivering, trembled. Is it true?" Master Leon smiled gently and nodded softly. Nodding, "It's true, absolutely true. Please, elders, follow. Please let me go back inside now." Master Leon Ka, elders stepped into the great communal hall. Inside, although everything had deteriorated, several horizontal lacquered boards were broken, not intact. The carved wooden doorframe had also rotted. Almost all the beams and rafters, as well as the crossbars on the ceiling, showed signs of decay. If it weren't for the support of 16 ironwood pillars, the hall would hardly have survived. Up until now, one of the wooden pillars still bear bullet marks with large chunks for each fairly large patch. In the middle of the main, just like in many other communal houses, village god statue is carved from wood, and after many years, without repainting, the layers of red lacquer and gold leaf have completely peeled off. The statue is over 1 meter tall, seated, wearing an official's hat, exuding an air of majesty and authority. On either side stand 2 statues of cranes in attendance. In front there is a bronze censer. Behind there is a wooden partition carved with a painting of 8 galloping horses. Above there is a wooden plaque inscribed with the 4 characters Ta Duk Tan, Quan, left-winged Holy Army. It can be seen that the deity worshipped at the communal house is likely a military official. Before retrieving the treasure, Master Leon respectfully offers his tribute. Master Leon lights incense praise to Tan Huang deity. After praying and bowing, Master Leon says, "More than 200 years have passed, and fate has brought me here to pay respects to the left-winged Holy Army. With the permission of the deity, having understood the divine will and learned where the treasure is located, I now was replaced by Holy Army to give treasure to the villagers who have worshipped, honored him for generations." After finishing his words, Master Leon said, "Mr. Ka, please fetch me a chair and place it behind the statue of the Tan Huang deity." Elder Zhong and other elders followed behind watching. They had no idea what Master Leon intended to do. The chair was set in place. Master Leon then asked the elders, "May I retrieve the treasure?" Elder Zhong and the others nodded in unison. "The treasure? We agree." Nodding in unison. "Treasure? Agreed, Master." Leon removed his shoes, took a few steps onto the chair, and reached up toward the head of the Tan Huang statue. After a few seconds of searching, Master Leon finally managed to touch a small latch located on the upper part of the official's hat on the statue. Right before the elders and Mr. Ka, after Master Leon triggered the latch, the back of the statue's head made a click-clack sound, revealing a wooden panel exposing a hidden compartment. The head of the statue was hollowed out. Master Leon reached his hand inside, smiled, and then, after that, pulled out the Tan Huang statue, a bright golden Buddha figure. This small wooden piece was hidden in a completely sealed compartment. The original Tan Huang statue had no visible joints whatsoever. It must have truly required exceptional craftsmanship. Master Leon stepped down, handed the golden statue to Elder Zhong. He smiled and said, "The golden statue is here, the treasure of communal house. On behalf of our ancestors, I return it to the people of Buongbai village." Elder Zhong carefully received it. The statue is small, but it is cast in solid gold. It is solid, a single piece, and not at all light. The statue depicts the Buddha seated on a lotus pedestal, and including the pedestal, the statue stands 15 centimeters tall. The base is about 7 centimeters wide. Underneath the base on the lotus pedestal, some lines of Chinese characters engraved. Master Leon translated Chinese inscriptions for everyone to hear. "The 4 treasures of the city god statue, hidden gold, the 5th year of the Kanhang era." The first line explains that the city god statue is the 4th treasure, hidden within the head of the city god statue. It is a golden Buddha statue still. Below the inscription states the era name, the year the statue was cast. The 40th year corresponds to the reign of King Lei Hiantong. This is calculated from the year he ascended the throne, starting from the year 1740 to the year 1780. Under the era name Kanhung, this communal house up to now is already 225 years old. It's actually, really quite much older than I thought. The statue must weigh up to 3 kilograms, holding the golden statue in their hands. Elder Zhong and elders still couldn't believe it was real. Everything happened so unexpectedly, it felt just like a dream. Elder Zhong reached out and pinched Elder Zhong hard, making Elder Zhong cry out, "Ouch, ouch, that hurts. What are you doing?" Elder Zhong holding the statue with both hands, his eyes brimming with tears, his lips trembling. "It really hurts. It hurts, doesn't it? Then it's true. Everyone, this isn't a dream. The golden Buddha statue is real. Thank heaven and Buddha. Our village truly indeed absolutely has a treasure now, without a doubt." Elder Zhong's tears kept flowing like that. The other elders hugged each other, overjoyed and ecstatic. Mr. Ka looked at Master Leon in astonishment, with excitement, speechless, overwhelmed by boundless reverence. Mr. Ka instinctively knelt down, kowtowing to Master Leon. "Uncle, on behalf of the people of Puongbai village, I bow my head and thank you for your kindness." And with that, Mr. Ka performed the ceremonial bow. The other elders also started rolling up pant legs, ready to kneel. Master Leon hurriedly reached out to help everyone up. No, it's nothing. Please stand up. If you kneel like this, and elders follow your example, shorten my life. Please, all of you, stand up. If the elders do this, how could I possibly stay in our village any longer?" All right, appreciate everyone's kindness. I humbly accept it. This is just a small matter. The village's treasure. I only played a small part in finding it. Find out. No need for multiple. Mr. Ka was so overjoyed that his eyes welled up with tears. The elders were deeply moved and couldn't stop sniffling. Ms. Dong choked up. How can you call it a small matter? In my 80 years of life, this is the first time I've ever experienced something like this. Witness such a grand event. Mr. Luong, your contributions to our Phuong Bai village. We Phuong Bai are very big. We must find a way to repay you. Please just tell us. Master Leon walked toward the front of the main hall. Master Leon's expression made a subtle yet profound impact. The elders feel uneasy, even though just a few minutes ago everyone was still rejoicing. Had just found the treasure. Looking at the elders, Master Leon finally got to the main point. Dear elders, first of all, I am very happy to have found such a precious ancient treasure for our village. There is a saying, in misfortune there is blessing. In blessing there is also misfortune. In fact, Mr. Ka and I are not related by blood at all. I am simply a person who practices grave exhumation and has some knowledge of feng shui. While passing through here, I noticed that our village was shrouded in ominous energy, signaling unpredictable disasters. If not resolved in time, many villagers could potentially lose their lives. I knew that if I spoke up from beginning, it would make elders suspicious. So I boldly asked Mr. Ka to pretend to be my relative to find a chance to speak with the elders. I hope you won't hold it against me. Mr. Ka spoke up. Elders, Mr. Luong here is a good man. He is very kind-hearted. Everything he has done is for the sake of the people of Phuong Bai village. I hope you all... Elder Dong raised his hand, stopping Mr. Ka from continuing. Looking at Master Leon, Elder Dong bowed his head and said, Honored guest, please accept this from the people of Phuong Bai village. Let us hold a ceremony together. Phuong, this beach is very blessed, recently visited by a noble person during times of crisis and hardship. Now hopes of all the villagers of Phuong Bai rest entirely on the truly great master. The other elders also bowed their heads before Master Leon. Master Leon also bowed in return and said, Elders, I am merely a grave digger. I dare not claim to be a great master. Please, elders, sit down. Let us talk. Mr. Ka said, Brother Luong, please don't call yourself that. It would be truly disrespectful. We humbly ask you to allow the people of Phuong Bai village to address you as Master Luong. We sincerely hope the teacher saves to the students. Others saw Mr. Ka's words reasonable. Almost everyone agreed unanimously. To address Master Leon as Master was also the familiar title that everyone had been using all along. People still call Master. Leon smiled and said, with everyone's trust, eliminating the evil spirits and banishing them forever should no longer be too difficult. It was just close to around 8 a.m. At this time, Thuan and Hao were at Tram's house. On the way back from the brick factory, Hao had stopped by the market to buy a few various things. Some fruits, a bit of votive money, and a bundle of incense sticks, planning to have offerings ready after they finished cleaning up, so they could pay respects to his ill-fated lover. Thuan whispered, Now it just feels so deserted. Even walking street today, there were few people around. Some people. Hao replied, Probably because it's close by, so everyone is scared. But my mother, since yesterday, hasn't even dared step outside, and she wouldn't let me go out. My neighbors and younger siblings stayed home from school, too. I mean, I was scared at first, but now I'm fine. Plus, like I said this morning, at my grandfather's house, I wanted to see again. Tram. Hearing Hao say that, Thuan suddenly remembered the throne. House has been abandoned for 2 years after Tram jumped. Suicide well. Old Hoi, Tram's father, the spy, caused his daughter's death. Hurriedly. Flee. No one knew where he couldn't find him either. After the villagers finished burying Tram, no one cares about the house anymore. House was being built with brick walls, 3 layers thick, and had an area of about 30 square meters. Right next to it, to the house was a small kitchen built with bricks and old bricks with cement sheets. After 2 years of being uninhabited, the inside of the house was covered in cobwebs. There was hardly any furniture. Just 2 single beds placed in 2 corners of the house. A fabric wardrobe about 1 meter wide was placed against the wall, right by door leading. In the middle of the house was a patched tables and chairs, donated by Old Hoi. He also added extras to each piece so that there would be a place to sit and drink tea. Between the two single beds, there was a wooden table with an incense bowl placed on it. The table had been brought by the villagers of Phuong Bai on the day Tram passed away. The furniture inside was covered in a thick layer of dust. The incense bowl was cold and lifeless. Hao recalled, "The last time I came here to light incense for Tram, it must have been over a year ago. Before that, Hao would often come by to clean up. But then for some reason, the neighbors next to Tram's house, the Ho family, started acting scared whenever they met anyone over at Old Man Hoi's house was haunted. When asked about the ghost, well, indeed the appropriate person is the right person. The man who, on the day Tram jumped into the well, had rushed over, said that at Hoi's, digging sounds, shouting and yelling chaotically. When Mr. Quine arrived, Tram had already thrown herself into the well. Mr. Quine said, "Recently in the evenings, I often hear from over there strange noises coming from Old Man Hoi's house. Some days it sounded like someone sweeping the yard. Other days he heard soft sobbing. There were even days when he heard people yelling at each other. The peak was one day when Mr. Quine had business up at the district town, so he got up early around 3 in the morning. There was no one else in Mr. Quine's house around. He had gone to work in China for about a year. Then his eldest child, Juke, a daughter, moved into this very alley. Mr. Quine's house, quiet next to Old Man Hoi's house, just 100 feet away. A low fence, standing from Mr. Quine's yard. You could see across to the front yard. There is a well in the old man's house. Big. Woke up early that day, prepared clothes and things. The district center about 6 a.m. Perfect timing. Around 4 o'clock. District then about 6 a.m. is beautiful. 4 o'clock. Poor, just put on the backpack. Go out to the yard. Mr. Quine suddenly heard a piercing cry coming from Old Man Hoi's house. Pig. Isn't it still dark? Insects are chirping. The crying was indeed very clear. Dad, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Dad, Mom, help me, Mom. The sounds of wailing and desperate cries for help were coming from Old Man Hoi's house, but no one knew what to do. At this point, who would dare accuse Old Man Hoi outright? And whose voice was that crying and begging for help? The neighbors had lived nearby for years, so Mr. Quine knew that it was Tram's voice. He wasn't unfamiliar with her, since living close by. When they lacked something, they would borrow from each other. The two families shared things, helping each other out. It really was indeed truly the spirit and essence of the little Tram. When recounting the story, Mr. Quine even vividly described how he was so terrified that he struggled to lock his door. Before he could even manage to lock it, Mr. Quine clearly saw the figure of a young girl, dressed in white, running out from the house, dashing straight out into the yard, then rushing toward the well, standing there in a daze before jumping into the well. Mr. Quine even saw the girl turn her head to look toward his house. Terrified, Mr. Quine threw away his keys and ran for his life, fleeing from the house. The next day, when he returned to the village, Mr. Quine shared this story with everyone in village. Everyone said Tram died wrongly, so her soul couldn't find peace. Her ghost continued to linger around the house. Coincidentally, 3 days away from her death anniversary, Hao was scared of ghosts and he didn't dare go to Tram's house. Mrs. Hao also told her son not to go over there, saying, "I'm afraid of the dead, but the feelings still linger following them would only bring suffering." In just the blink of an eye, a year had passed. Looking at the desolate, dilapidated house, at the yard covered in fallen leaves, and at the well, Ho stepped forward. He still recalled pulling Trim's body out. Ho had sat there, holding lifeless body of woman he loved, crying until he no tears left. 2 years gone by. The well was now covered in green moss. The metal bucket used to draw water had rusted through hole's bottom. The entire whole bottom. Mr. Hao was startled when he heard someone calling his name. He immediately recognized it was Tram's voice. He turned his head to look around but only saw Thuan standing by the broken wall, propping up his bicycle, fumbling with a bag of fruits and offerings. The sky was overcast, gloomy but not raining. The dreary weather was just like the day when the villagers held the funeral for Tram. Hao moved his lips, then whispered, "Tram, is that you? Where are you?" "Where exactly, Mr. Hao?" There was absolutely no mistaking it anymore. Again Tram's voice echoed close by. "It's okay. It's as quiet as before. This time, Hao clearly heard Tram's voice coming from beneath the mouth of the well. Bracing his hands against edge of the well, Hao peered down. The water was still, without the slightest ripple, reflecting only his own image on the surface. Hao saw nothing else. Hao muttered again, "Tram, where are you? Was it you? Hey, calling me?" After about a second, the surface of the well water, which reflected Hao's image, began to gently ripple, almost like a soft flutter as a light breeze blew by. In the blink of an eye, Hao saw that reflected beneath the water's surface was not just himself, but indeed another person as well. It was Tram. The image was clear. A girl with shoulder-length hair down to shoulder, two hands touching the pair. Their faces were very close to each other. The girl gave a mysterious, enchanting smile. Beside Hao's ear, Tram's voice softly echoed nearby. "Anna, Hao, please. I'm down here, right below. I'm so very cold. Come down here with me." Her voice had a kind of magic, drawing Hao in slowly. Hao leaned forward slightly, bowing his head down toward the well. Just at that moment, Hao felt a strong slap on his back. A hand grabbed the back of Hao's shirt and gently pulled him back. "Hey, what are you trying to do? Planning to jump into the well? Or what?" Hearing Thuan shout, Hao snapped out of it, confused. Hao immediately asked, "Where's Tram?" Sensing that something was wrong, Thuan set the bag of fruit down on the ground and quickly pulled Hao away from the well. The group gathered around. He patted Hao's face. "Are you crazy? What Tram are you talking about? It's just been you and me here this whole time. And what were you leaning over? What's down the well? I don't pull it. You bet you might have jumped right in. Who knows? Let's just go. I have a bad feeling about this. Ever since we entered the house, feels off somehow. I'll wait for you to leave." Hao shook his head. "If you want to leave, go ahead. I came all this way. The work is here. How can I go back? It must be because of you. And thought I saw Tram down in the well." "Down the well. It's okay now. When you come back, help me wash the fruits, and I'll go inside and clean the altar table. Seriously, how could I leave a friend at a time like this?" Looking at Hao, from this morning until now, he already seems completely different. His voice is lower, not like it usually is. His eyes are filled with sadness, and he walks with a dejected posture. I always knew this house used to be his lover's house when she was alive, so coming here must bring back old memories. However, seeing Hao like that, Thuan couldn't help but worry, afraid that Hao might overthink things. Thuan had once seen the ghost of the old man, so he believed that what Hao had just seen in the well wasn't just his imagination nor an illusion, but the ghost of Tram. "Not sure if I saw a ghost or I'm just tired lately," but his body had been undergoing unusual changes. Thuan himself could feel that inside this house, besides the two of them, like it seemed that there was still someone else lingering around. Perhaps in the vicinity or nearby. Using a metal bucket, he scooped water from the well. Lifting, Thuan checked if something odd at the bottom of the well. However, as you know, he saw absolutely nothing. Water he scooped up leaked out through a hole at the bottom. Thuan quickly tossed some fruits into the bucket, then very quickly washed them. Thuan just looked into the house to see Hao was doing. Seeing Hao cleaning the altar, somewhat convenient, reassured. However, just as he turned back to look at the bucket of water, Thuan was startled, his eyes narrowing in shock, because water he had just scooped up had been crystal clear, had now turned a deep red like blood. Some oranges, lychees, and apples were floating on the surface of the bright red water in the bucket. Thuan immediately stood up, took a step back, and gently shook his head, rubbed his eyes, and looked again. Wasn't. The water was still clear, but most of it had already drained away. Swallowing hard, Thuan said, "Oh no, I must have seen a ghost again." "Thuan, are the fruits clean yet? Bring them in here, inside the house," Hao called out from inside toward the well. Thuan replied, "Oh, coming right now." He carried the bag of fruits inside. At that moment, Hao had already cleaned up the altar. Seeing Hao stands there holding a photo of Tram wiping off the dust, Thuan said, "The dead are already gone. Don't overthink it. Everyone has to keep living. Just like me must live on. Like me too. After lighting the incense, we can go home." He said fruits. Thuan handed incense sticks to Hao. "I'll leave this next part to you." Hao placed Tram's photo by the burner. He lit 3 incense sticks. Then he placed in the incense burner and stepped back. The two young men respectfully bowed 3 times. Thuan said nothing. Meanwhile, Hao muttered a prayer under his breath. Tram, I'm sorry for coming today to clean your altar. Lighting an incense stick for you so late is my fault. If I had come earlier that day, you wouldn't have had to die so unjustly and tragically. The other day, I knew you came back to see me. Today I came here, hoping to see you one more time. If your spirit lives on, please come back to me, Tram. Please, I beg you, Tram. Oh, hearing Hao pray, Thuan used hands slapped Hao's hand and back. Are you crazy? What the hell are you praying for? What's all this come back to me nonsense? Isn't it scary enough already? Praying like that. What if she really comes back? I mean, for real? For real. Literally. Thuan hadn't even finished his sentence when a strange noise came from inside the house. There was a soft and gentle rustling sound coming from somewhere. Both of them turned to look at the fabric wardrobe. The wardrobe was locked and tightly shut. Something inside was moving. The fabric surface would bulge up, then sink down again. Thuan stammered. Corn. What? That? Normally, Hao would have definitely screamed, then run away. Yet his eyes lit up, and a foolish smile appeared on his lips. He slowly walked toward the fabric wardrobe. Thuan gently raised his hand. Hao immediately asked, Tram, is that you? Did you hear my plea? So you came back because you heard me, right? Are you in the wardrobe? Let me open it, okay? Thuan grabbed Hao's hand. Don't open it. Leave it alone. Sir, let's go home. That's not Tram. I want to see Tram. I have so many things I want to say. Carefully to her, Hao pushed Thuan aside and quickly walked toward the wardrobe. Inside, there were still rustling sounds. Thuan could only stand there watching his friend. He reached out and grabbed the lock, even though his eyes were wide open and he wore a foolish grin. Hao slowly pulled. The locks on both sides of the fabric wardrobe. He flung it open. From inside the wardrobe, 2 enormous rats with jet black fur suddenly leapt out. Thuan was startled at the sight of the 2 rats. However, what was strange was that after jumping out of the wardrobe, the 2 rats just ran in circles around Hao's feet. A few seconds later, they slipped behind him and crawled back into the wardrobe. So Hao sat all the way down, leaning his head into the wardrobe. After looking inside, he started giggling softly. So really beautiful. I get it now. Tram, you want it to be like this. 2, right, as well? No one knew what Hao was laughing about or what nonsense he was saying. Thuan stepped closer, partly out of curiosity and partly out of concern for his friend. Standing behind Hao, Thuan peeked his head into the wardrobe, and inside the fabric wardrobe for clothes, there weren't just the 2 pitch-black rats from earlier, but indeed an entire nest of newborn rats. The baby rats, only about the size of a thumb, were still pink and wriggling all over the place, squirming around inside, letting out tiny, squeaky, high-pitched sounds. The 2 big rats lay there proudly beside the newborn litter. For some reason, just looking at the nest made Thuan's skin crawl, yet Hao sat there, gazing at it in fascination, constantly praising how beautiful it was. He kept talking like that, as if mentioning the name of a lost lover. It got even creepier when Hao reached his hand into the cabinet, gently stroking the pitch-black fur and one of the long twitching tails of the 2 rats. And yet they lay still, letting Hao pet them. Then Hao touched the newborn litter with his finger, then smiled and said, Feels like someone is there. It tickles in such a cute way. Thuan, look at this. This rat family is so adorable, don't you think? Thuan swallowed hard and shook his head. Adorable? They look creepy as hell. Hao immediately replied, What's so creepy about it? Just look at the newborn baby rats. They're amazing. They're incredibly soft. It's like touching a baby's skin. Tram really loves kids. Back then, Tram even said that if we got married, she would indeed have lots of children for me. Father rat, mother rat, and their baby rats. I can't help but think of Tram and me. The wish if we got married. More and more, Thuan felt that Hao was saying increasingly strange things. From his facial expressions to his eyes, his smile, and now even his words. Hao seemed like a different person, no longer the Hao he used to be. Thuan knew clearly that ever since they stepped into this house, something had been happening to Hao. Some unusual behaviors. Hao, let's go back now. The altar has been cleaned, the incense has been lit, and we've burned the joss paper. Let's go home. Hao turned around and smiled foolishly. Why are you in such a hurry? It's still early. Let me just admire the mouse family. A little longer. After finishing the prayers, the mouse family appeared. This must be what Tram wanted to convey to me. Tram wants us to be together, to have lots of children, just like this litter of baby mice. Hey, I have to marry Tram. I'm going back to see Tram. We will be together forever, so I have to go find Tram. Quickly. Sir. Hao's eyes lit up, gradually widening, as he slowly stood up and walked out the door, muttering Tram's name under his breath, then laughing like a madman, completely deranged. Hao, what's wrong with you? Hao! Thuan called out while grabbing Hao's shirt back. But at this point, Hao no longer paid any attention to Thuan's words. Hao just kept on, dragging his feet out the door. With no other choice, Thuan swung his fist and punched Hao straight in the face. The punch was so strong that Hao fell flat, face down, on the ground. Thuan panted, after hitting, Hey, you, please wake up. Hao! Hao! Lying outside on the porch, Hao slowly sat up, one hand holding his face, the other on the ground. At that moment, Hao winced. That hurts. My mouth is bleeding. Thuan quickly helped Hao up, and Hao looked at Thuan in confusion. The light in Hao's eyes had returned to normal. Hao asked a question that left Thuan flustered. Why did I fall like this? Thuan quickly seized the opportunity and said, You were walking and tripped over the doorstep and fell. Mouths busted. Exploiting a shaky moment, watching your step while standing, not being careful at all. Hao wiped the blood from his mouth with his hand, then clenched his teeth and gave a pained smile. Lucky, my teeth are still intact. But where was I going again? Thuan immediately. Words. You were going home, that's right, I were about to go home. You went ahead and tripped and fell. I couldn't catch you in time. Hao stood up, brushed off his clothes, then nodded. Said we were going to the seance, so now let's go home. Let's go home. Thuan let out a sigh of relief. Thank goodness Hao is back to normal. The two young men left Tram's house. Before leaving, Thuan even carefully closed the door. Hao, still calm, parked the bike by the wall. As he was wheeling the bike out the gate, Hao suddenly remembered he had forgotten something. Hao said, I think I forgot something, didn't I, right? Thuan sat back. Forget what? I did it all. I already closed it carefully. Come on, let's go home. You take the bike outside. Let Thuan close the door. Hearing his friend, Hao didn't ask anything further. While he was busy wheeling the bike, Thuan glanced toward the inside of the house. Thuan frowned. Looking, he saw the door was wide open, even though he remembered clearly that he had locked it tightly. Even the latch on the outside was secured. But that wasn't all. From inside the house, Thuan clearly saw a girl in white, dressed elegantly, step out and stand right just in front of the door, looking outside. That person was Tram. The sound of knocking echoed. Hao immediately asked, What's wrong? Can't lock it? Do you need my help? Thuan shook his head and walked over to where Hao had parked the bicycle. Moving forward, Thuan said, It's finally done. Let's head back home. At the Truong Mai District Police Headquarters, in the office of Lieutenant Colonel Mai Van Kim. At that moment, it was 9 a.m. Lieutenant Colonel Kim sat reviewing the images and documents related to the deaths that had occurred in Truong Mai village over the past few days. Next to him were also the testimonies of eyewitnesses and the victims' relatives from before and after the discovery of the death scenes. Chief, may I please come in? Asked the member of the city's criminal investigation team under social order depth of Truong Mai Police as he knocked on the door and gently inquired. Come in, Kim replied. The door opened, and stepping inside, Chi was holding a cup of coffee still. hot, still steaming. He placed the cup of coffee on the desk where Mr. Kim was sitting. On the desk, papers and photographs were scattered over. Reporting in, Chief. Have some coffee to stay alert, some coffee to stay awake, almost all night. Everyone on the team is worried about your health. Chief. Mr. Kim thanked him. He gently took a sip of the coffee. Mr. Kim said, in about 10 minutes, notify everyone to come here for a meeting. Make sure to bring the reports tasks I assigned to each person. Understood, Chief. About 10 minutes later, 4 close subordinates, trusted Mr. Kim's investigation team, were present in the room. Once everyone had settled into their seats, Mr. Kim began the meeting with information related to the second deceased person, found beneath the grave in the cemetery of Puangbai village. The man's name is Lam, owner of the Lam Trang Gold Shop. Comrade Dong, comrades, we are gathered in this meeting room today to discuss and investigate the mysterious deaths that have occurred in Puangbai village over the past few days. All of them were either accidents or suicides. Therefore, technically speaking, there would be no need for an investigation. However, our team happens to be a rather specialized and unique one. All of you here are my followers working on special cases. You've been with me through cases that could only be solved by using the spiritual realm. That's precisely why the incident at Puangbai village was named the Spiritual Case Operation. Spiritual. Mr. Lam, the owner of Lam Trang Gold Shop, was second person to die at the gravesite after a young boy from Puangbai village. Why did I pay special attention to Mr. Lam's death? It's because, unlike the deaths before and after Mr. Lam's case, was difficult to explain. Because the reason and the cause that led him, a man living in the district, to wander to the cemetery of Puangbai village, then fall into a grave and die. Up until that point, just as the chief had said, the cause leading to that death of Mr. Lam was very frightening. According to the analysis of the scene of the death, Mr. Lam fell into the grave face down and died from suffocation by a foreign object. The foreign object in this case was identified as a frog that had entered his body. Orally. Above all, the child frog had laid many eggs inside the victim's body. According to the report from the commune police chief, along with a few local militia members, during the process of moving the body of Mr. Lam, they were shocked and terrified, dropping the stretcher, making Mr. Lam fall to ground. This happened when they saw his body suddenly move. In the end, the corpse of the deceased exhibited a strange phenomenon. From Mr. Lam's mouth, slimy mucus-like substances oozed out. These were identified as frog eggs. According to eyewitness accounts, they saw that pre-vomit eggs deep within his body. There were tadpoles wriggling in the deceased's body. After hearing the account, Mr. Kim nodded, saying, such a terrifying and gruesome death. But aside from the fact that the person died vomiting frog eggs, the claim that a frog jumped out of his mouth and tadpoles crept inside Mr. Lam's body is not credible. Setting aside those horrifying details, I am pursuing investigation psychology angle regarding the victim's mental state. On this point, I have went to Mr. Lam's house. I found unusual details. A few days before his death, Mr. Lam was healthy, in good spirits, and eating regularly. However, after purchasing a gold coin from a strange visitor, Mr. Lam began to certainly show some abnormal signs. What exactly were those signs? What were those signs, sir? She asked. Mr. Kim replied, neglecting his work. He stayed locked in his room, day and night, staring at and observing. Gold coin complexion paled, eating habits also changed. Before, Mr. Lam never ate raw food, but now he really enjoyed eating raw, like blood pudding and raw salad, fish. He wouldn't let anyone touch the coin and kept saying he would find the treasure, that there were many other similar coins. After that, Mr. Lam left home and was later found dead beneath a grave in Puangbai village. A member of the investigation team tapped his pen on the table. You're speculating while also asking the question, could it be that the cemetery in Puangbai village really has a treasure? According to the documents we've gathered, the local commune police also mentioned a few details about this. There must be something in the area. Cemetery, otherwise why would they all rush there and end up dead? Stories of people entering the forest, searching for gold and never returning. Tui, a member of the investigation team, added, the legend of a treasure in Puangbai has been a word-of-mouth story for quite a long time. I'm from Puangbai village myself, so I'm not unfamiliar with it. People whisper about a centuries-old ancient tomb. They say that hidden inside the tomb is a treasure full of gold, silver, and precious gems. Alongside that, there are also stories with a horror element. People dug the tomb, the treasure, but all of them died before they could even dig it up. Just attempting to disturb the tomb, to dig or destroy, would cause one to vomit blood and die instantly. She stammered, "Is there really a tomb like that? Is that true?" Mr. Kim lightly answered the question. "Geez, there it is, right in the center. The cemetery has a grave that is believed to be unmarked. Special, at that tomb, Lieutenant Mun, the chief of the Peng Chau Commune Police, discovered the body of a fortune teller right next to the tomb. The cause of the fortune teller's death was heart failure. The rumors about the terrifying deaths that occur when disturbing the tomb seem to be not entirely accurate. I went to that tomb. According to the village chief of Puong Bai, the graveyard was once restored by the villagers after it had sunk several years ago. If, hypothetically, anyone who touched the tomb died, then how could it have been repaired, right?" Dui continued. "I also heard stories. That's all. However, the renovation work is different, because the act of intentionally trying to rob the grave, none know the truth it, but for generations, no one in Phuong Bai village has dared to do disrespectful. They even consider the cemetery a sacred place. And everyone is deeply devout," the commander interjected. "We're getting off topic. We're currently talking about Mr. Lam. Gold shop owner died. Chief, as you just said, after obtaining that strange gold coin, Mr. Lam began to show unusual. Usually, that coin is shaped like that." Mr. Kim immediately replied, "According to the account of Mr. Lam's wife, it was a coin with the diameter of about 5 c made of gold. One side was carved with 4 sacred beasts, dragon, chilin, turtle, and phoenix. Other side was carved with characters that looked like Chinese. I haven't seen the coin myself, because Mrs. Trang said that when Mr. Lam left the house, he took the coin with him." The commander continued, "However, at the scene, we did not recover any coin the scene. It's most likely that the coin had already been taken, because before the police arrived at the scene, a large crowd of locals had gathered, not to mention 2 men from the village of Phuong Bai had discovered Mr. Lam's body earlier." Mr. Kim nodded. "That could very well be the case, but we still don't need to concern ourselves with the coin." The commander was surprised, then asked, "I thought the thing you were most interested in was that gold coin?" Mr. Kim shook his head and replied, "I want to find the person who sold the coin to Mr. Lam." According to Mrs. Strang's description, sold the coin that morning was a young man in his early 20s, years old, dressed, and clearly not from the district. Most likely, the person who sold the coin is from Phuong Bai village. If we can find this person, we'll know where the gold coin, where did that come from? Why did he have the gold coin in the first place? Tien and the others were surprised by Mr. Kim's words. After a brief pause, Tien asked, "Chief, what is the objective of this operation?" Mr. Kim smiled and replied, "You still don't get it? The causes of death were all accidents or suicides, shrouded in deep mystery. Are we supposed to go hunt ghosts? No. What I want to find is the hidden treasure, buried for hundreds of years. Are you all in with me?" The 4 of Mr. Kim's subordinates looked at each other for a few seconds, then all nodded. "We'll follow you, Chief." Mr. Kim nodded. "Good. That's the spirit. All right then. Now one by one, start reporting on the tasks I assigned you. Let's start with you, Dui. The investigation into gathering information fortune teller I assigned to you. How far exactly have you really actually gotten with it?" At that time in Phuong Bai village, after finishing meeting with the village elders at communal house, Mr. Ka returned with Master Leon on a thong knot bicycle. On the way home to prepare and take care of a few things that Master Leon had requested. The plan was that after returning home, Mr. Ka would take Mr. Leon out to the cemetery to assess the actual condition of grave. On the way, Mr. Ka immediately praised him. Mr. Luong, you're truly amazing. You even managed to find the golden Buddha statue. How did you pull that off so cleverly, huh? Master Leon immediately replied, It's nothing really. To be honest, Chief, my master was someone very skilled at sensing and discovering hidden treasures. Back when I was following my master, also got a little bit of luck from people. Trick. Instead, it is based on characters, engraved on the relief to deduce the location. That's all. There's even a whole discipline for finding treasures. Uncle Luong, how about you teach me this technique so that later I can try? Luck to see if we can find something valuable. Or not? Huh? While they were talking, Mr. Ka suddenly noticed someone walking toward them from the front, then stopping. At that moment, Mr. Ka looked. His eyes grew. Who is? Looks like... Yes, that's definitely him. Hey, you! Stop right there. The man replied, Hello, Uncle Ka. Hello, sir. Where are you two coming back from and why? Is our village so deserted, Uncle? I walked from entrance village here, didn't run into... Who? Mr. Ka immediately replied, Yes, this is Hien. It's been so long since I last saw you. Been busy with your studies in the city, huh? But today isn't even the weekend, is it? Are you skipping class? Hien quickly waved her hand. No, not at all. Today I had the day off, so I took the chance to come home and visit my parents then. I'll head back to Hanoi. I have class tomorrow. Do you often see your parents? Mr. Ka immediately said, clicked his tongue. Lately, a lot has been happening in our village. It's not convenient for me to talk about it here. Once you're home, your parents will tell you everything. You know, I've been busy these past few days, so I haven't seen your parents. One day, Miss Hao's son caught a cold, so I sent someone to your house to call your mother over to check on him. Did she come? Don't blame me, but I just have to say it. Your parents don't really get along well with anyone in the village. Fortunately, they had a good and smart child. Say what you will, but you're the only one in the whole village who got into university. It's an honor for our entire village, dear. See? I keep forgetting what I wanted to say, and I called you over because there's something going on, not for no reason. What is it? What is it, Uncle? Hien asked. Mr. Ka replied, The other day, I went to a meeting at the commune and they were giving gifts to families whose children got into university. You're the only one in our village. I received an envelope and a gift box. I don't even know how much is inside. I've been too busy. I haven't had a chance to bring it to your parents. All right, just come by my house to pick it up. Okay? I've already told your aunt. She's transparent house. Hien smiled brightly and politely replied, Yes, thank you, Uncle. Thank you very much. I'll be heading home now. Your uncle and I walk slowly, okay? Don't rush road slippery. Goodbye. Goodbye, Mr. Ka. Master Leon and Mr. Ka continued walking along the dirt road heading home. Mr. Ka let out a deep and long sigh. This is a brief example. That girl is really well behaved, Mr. Luong. And she's a good student too. Her family keeps having kids all the time, yet somehow they managed it. Her father used to be a mason, was involved in shady business fighting and stabbing people. Her mother only cares money. She's all looks and her mouth is always talking about money. And yet they gave birth to a child unlike them, so well behaved, incredibly well behaved. Master Leon stayed silent, saying nothing, looking after silhouette young female student. Master Leon frowned. Uncle Ka, quickly, follow that girl immediately. This isn't good. That girl is being followed by a malevolent spirit. It's a vengeful soul filled with immense resentment. Just now I looked at her facial features. Her face. She's smart, quick-witted, and sharp a shadowy, gloomy aura around her glabella. This is an ominous sign, a harbinger of bad news. In her house, someone has died. I fear her parents are no longer alive. Go quickly, Uncle Ka. If not, the girl herself might die, too. Although he didn't fully understand, upon hearing about death, Mr. Ka was startled and hurried, turned his bike around and chased after Hien. Just as the college student stepped into the alley from behind, Mr. Ka called out, Hien! Hien! Wait! For me. Hien stopped and turned around. Seeing Mr. Ka and Master Leon riding their bikes into her alley, she was surprised. Hien immediately asked, Oh, Uncle Ka, you were calling me? Mr. Ka and Master Leon got off their bikes. While walking his bike, Mr. Ka said, It's nothing. I suddenly remembered that I had something to discuss with your mother. Hien laughed. You startled me by Calling out like that, I thought something happened. Please come in. Uncle sir, please come into my house. Hyan walked ahead. Mr. Ka pushed his bike, walking behind with Master Leon. Mr. Ka whispered, Mr. Luong, what you said earlier, was it true? If this turns out to be false, how do we explain? What do you mean? Master Leon replied, I hope I'm wrong. I hope so. When they arrived at Hyan's house, she reached her hand through the gate, opened it, and found that it wasn't locked. Hyan pushed the gate, entered, calling out loudly, Mom, Dad, I'm home. Uncle Ka is here with me too. Me too. Parents. Before entering the house, Mr. Ka felt as nervous as he did now. Why? Hyan's loud call received no response from inside the house. This only made Mr. Ka more anxious and uneasy. Miss Hyn, Mr. Thong, are you home? Mr. Ka also called out to help Hyan. But still there was no answer. Looking around, they saw that the shoes was still there, and the gate wasn't locked. Both motorbikes, the two high-quality Japanese bikes, were in the yard. Why is no one home? Mr. Ka asked. Could it be that my parents are still sleeping, Uncle? Normally they perhaps wake up very early. My dad is watching TV, waiting for lunch, Hyan said, when both, as the two of them stepped onto the porch from behind. Master Leon quickened his pace, walking briskly without even taking off his shoes. At that moment, Master Leon walked straight into the house to Hyan's astonishment. Sir, you have to take off your shoes. You're getting my house dirty, Hyan reminded him. But Master Leon paid no attention to her words, to Hyan, and continued walking inside, looking around. Hyan hurried after him to stop him. Mr. Ka was alarmed, not understanding why Master Leon had suddenly become so urgent. Sir, what are you doing? This is my house. Hyan tugged at Master Leon's sleeve. When all three were standing at the foot of the stairs, right in the living room, right from above, from the mezzanine. My child, I'm up here. Come play with me, dear. Hyan recognized her mother's voice. Hyan replied, Mom, I'm home. Dad, Mom, come. Down here, we have guests. No one appeared, but from the mezzanine once again, a voice responded again. This time it was a man's voice. Send them away, please, Hyan. Mom and Dad, Hyan Mom is very sick.
Come on up here and join us.
Mr. Ka looked uneasy. He was glad that his wife, Hyan's husband, is still alive, you know, but listen. Old Thong's voice made him tremble slightly. This village without the whole commune, no one wants to mess with him right now. Just now. Master Leon and Mr. Ka just ran like that. Ran into the old couple's house. Run. Okay, if he comes down, he will just say, let's go. Mr. Ka immediately said, Sorry, Uncle. Thong, what's wrong with you? And your husband? What a hoarse voice. I came to visit you. Get out of my house, get out. Go! From upstairs, old Thong's voice resounded screech, screech. The old man cursed. He chased him away. Tao was immediately followed by a moaning voice and a chubby, Hey, Hyan, quickly chase them away. Mom's place. Come take care of your mother, my child. Mom hugs you too much. It hurts. So much. Really? Hyan looked at Mr. Ka with a bit of concern. Ka understood and pulled Master Leon's hand. Ka whispered, Uncle Luong, let's go home. Don't worry. Yes, yes. Uncle said no. Both are still healthy. Very much. Stay here a little longer. His father came down. He chopped. Both you and I are guilty. Hyan immediately said, embarrassed. I'm sorry, Uncle. Please. Sorry, grandparents. My parents are not well. What's wrong? You and your uncle come another day. In response to Mr. Ka and Hyan and Master, Leon closed his eyes, raised his hand to press the button. Shaking his head, he sighed. Dejectedly, Master Leon told his grandson, Girl, then let me be blunt. Mom and Dad, you are all dead. This house. The smell of death is strong. Why is it said above? The floor is calling me the devil's voice. If you go up there, you will die. No, it is not. Son, don't listen to that old man. Dad! Mom, come here to Mom and Dad. Get out of here. Get lost. No, I'll cut you. Mr. Ka was startled. Mr. Luong, he not kidding. Now he is. Come down and slash me with you for real. He heard Master Leon finish speaking. And suddenly, remember last night's dream. Tears just flowed down. It seemed like at this time Hien also felt something. Hien's voice trembled. Why Mom and Dad? No, the person who just spoke was an old man. Parents, you haven't come down here yet? Hien, my child, don't you really believe me? It's me, baby. Hey! Master Leon walked step by step on the stairs, leading upstairs. As he walked, Master Leon said, "Evil spirit filled with resentment, when too strong to kill two people, still not spare the innocent. I am here. Here, don't even think about harming anyone. Tien Lin Lin, Holy Spirit, I read the sutra to exorcise demons, subdue the devil, and capture the soul. Conquer. Take the silver bell in your hand, just..." Stepping up the stairs, Master Leon just ring the bell, mouth murmuring chant. The bell echoed throughout the house. Standing at the foot of the stairs, Mr. Ka and Hien heard the groaning sounds, the rustling and growling of old Thong and his wife. Sut, "You damn old man, how dare you? Please stop me. I will just kill all of you. All of you, man." Up to the hallway upstairs, Master. Leon suddenly sat down, his legs crossed. Equal. Left hand brought back in front of chest to make sign, signal. The right hand continues to ring the silver bell, mouth chanting spells, summon souls, banish ghosts and demons, force evil spirits to come out, and banish. From in the bedroom upstairs, two bodies, one of old Thong, one of Mrs. Swat, slowly walking, step out. It seems the exorcist has begun. Effective. When two corpses are haunted, possessed, appeared to be in pain, limbs twisted, sometimes defending back, sometimes sulking, straight ahead, lying very strangely. Old man. The old man roared, "I must take revenge. I will. To kill it." But the two corpses added a growling ghost, saying, threatening. Master Leon remained in his stance. Calm down, chant. Ring the silver bell every time. One faster. In the middle of the leg space, sit cross-legged, equal. Master Leon placed something face down. Down. That is a magic weapon to suppress evil spirits. Subdue the devil. The bell rings more and more. Rush. The ghost couple, Thong Swat, scratched, shaking out horrible sounds, both hurt, writhing in pain. The devil knelt down and gave two hands up to cover ears as if nothing happened. Use. The sound emitted from the bell above. Master Leon's hand combined with the gun. The decision that the teacher is reciting is like hundreds of silver needles fly to imprison the devil, cause evil spirits and demons to enter the body. The body of the dead feels extremely painful, but the evil spirit is cunning while controlled by Master Leon. Ghost entered the body of Soot and cried, called Hien's name. "Hien, save Mom and Dad. Old man, I'm hurting my parents. Mom is in pain. Save Mom." With Horn, standing halfway up the stairs and looking around. Up, hallway. See parents struggling. Pillow ghost. Ted Payne writhing. Although scared, but anyway, that body belongs to parents. Tien. That voice was still Swat's. "Mom, Hien, my child. If you don't save your mother, your parents will." "Oh no, I'm going to die. Help me." Old Thong's voice also rang out. "Help! Help!"
"Dad, oh son, Mom and Dad are getting old. This old man is killing me. Save my parents."
"Oh!" Master Leon kept his eyes closed, focusing on the practice of exorcism. "Right now, Master." Leon could say nothing to warn or prevent him. The young student did not. Pulled back the cry of despair, set before the sad cry of father, Mom. Mr. Ka immediately trembled. "Don't! Hien, I am in tears. Tonight is wet with tears." Crying in a choked sob. "You are a ghost. They still your parents? Can't stand. Look at them suffering pain like that. Dad? Mom? Hey!" With that, Hien ran upstairs. Master Leon did not have time to stop it. Block. While Master Leon was chanting, then Hien rushed up, reached out and snatched the bag. The silver bell Master Leon was holding. "Mom and Dad!" Hien, after snatching the bell from his hand, Master Leon, quickly crying, ran to his father, mother. Master Leon closed his eyes and chanted, but still managed to lightly grab his sleeve. Hien can't stop when reciting the mantra. Not finished yet. Master Leon could only shake his head, warned Hien not to go any further. Again. "Here. Come here to Mom and Dad, quickly. Hien, help, please. Mom is in pain. Baby, get me some medicine. Go!" as if attracted by the call of evil. Spirit in parent's body, Hyan waved his hand, Master Leon's hand charging at him. Thong and Mrs. Sot. Mom, it's me, dear. No more sound of silver bells. 2. The ghost's body struggled to get up. They give off a rotten smell of death. Old Thong's clothes were covered in blood. Creepy laughter rang out as the old man caught Hyan's man swiftly and with precision in the operation. Got him? Hey! Mrs. Sot also opened her mouth to laugh, like crazy. My daughter, our whole family, is missing each other, right? We died together. Yes, Hyan, heart-stopping fear. Looking at old Thong and Mrs. Sot is now more terrifying than ghosts. Ghosts. Their eyes were white and rolled back. Up, mouth wide open, laughing horribly. Thuan. Body gives off a smell. Dead. It's too late to run when the legs no longer obey the control of brain, which also cannot run when one Hyan's hand is being held by the old man's son. Grabbed tightly. Leave! Leave! Leave me! Out! Hyan screamed. Mr. Ka just now. Now scared, not daring to move. Teacher Leon also ran up when he saw the situation. This is like a precarious situation because old Thong just reached behind. Take a sharp cleaver full of blood. Die, child. Girl, he smiled, opened his mouth, showing his teeth. White-looking Hyan, old man held cleaver in hand, stabbed straight at her. Mr. Ka's girl ran almost to the last step. Once, Master Leon also jumped up and rushed back, Hyan's side. But Master Leon only managed to pull Hyan to the side a bit. The threat. The sharp leech stabbed straight into Hyan's body. Blood flowed out, soaking the entire copper shirt. White uniform that the female student is wearing. But because Master Leon pulled Hyan over one side, so instead of hitting the center of the socket, stomach, then the knife only stabbed the edge, stomach in the ribs. Hyan collapsed to the ground, lying motionless. Old Thong, in a state of possessed by the devil, continued to swing the knife, slashed to Master Leon. Suwat also. Growl, fangs, sharp claws. Teacher. But the two bodies were possessed. Not yet touched the teacher. Stood still. They covered their eyes with their hands, afraid, scared, and ran away. Because of that, Master Leon, holding in hand, is a mirror that you octagonal in shape. In Master Leon's hands, mirror when shined on the devil immediately emits a bright yellow light. And light this morning made Mr. Thong and his wife sad, appeared extremely scared. They turned and left, ran into the room, but it was too late. Master Leon held the mirror, reading the words, the decisive battle of soul capture. In a moment, two corpses released 2 streams of smoke, black. Can clearly see the human face now. Up, where 2 smokes, one old and one young, both is indeed a woman. I must truly take revenge. Pay for his life. Me! The shrill sounds echoed. In the house, Mrs. Soot's gesture, Mr. Ka was afraid, frozen as he continued to witness a strange things happen right before your eyes. When 2 evil spirits are sucked in. Mirror, Mr. Ka also recognized one of the 2. The other face belongs to Tien, the crazy girl. 2 years ago, there was a time wandering around the village garden and beach. The witch said she indeed killed her child. Miss. The word itself is significant. Everything happened so very fast right after that. When the mother and child souls of Tien were captured, the 8 trigrams were sucked into the old man's body. Thong. The whole set also collapsed on the tiled floor. Back to 2 dead bodies from night and day. Through the face still covered in sweat. Water came out, somewhat pale. Master Leon hurriedly. Gold, sit down and reach for this hand. Luong's hands trembled as he searched for the bottle. Medicine sister loved to stop bleeding for him. Here indeed. Then holding the potion in his hand, Master Leon said to Mr. Ka, why are you still standing there? Hurry up! Find someone to take her to the infirmary. The wound is only soft tissue but very deep. Too much blood. Must go now. In time. Quickly. Mr. Ka obeyed and immediately ran away. Master Leon, stay. Apply medicine to sister's mouth. The stab wound was still bleeding in Heen's abdomen. Too much blood was flowing. Hyan was still breathing, but was very weak, pale face. Apply medicine. Done, Master Leon took it out of his hand again. Another bottle of medicine poured from the bottle onto the palm of the table. Hand only has 1 blood tonic pill left. Master Leon opened the student's mouth and said, Hyan took the last pill. Below home, Mr. Carr ran out to the alley, pointing to Lake, then called out loudly, "Is anyone there? Everyone! Help me! Thong and his wife! Die all!" Then suddenly heard a loud scream. The neighbors also looked out to see. According to Mr. Carr, was shouting, hearing rumors that there was dead man. Curious neighbors flocked to the alley. "Mr. Carr? What's wrong? What did you just say?" Mr. Carr's face was ashen and he was breathing heavily. Just replied, "Thong's family is both dead. The daughter is seriously injured. Help me find a way to get her up. Infirmary, hurry up or he will die." "Lost." The neighbors immediately exclaimed, "You're joking again. How the hell do you die?" "This afternoon. I also saw him exercising in the yard. While the sky is windy and gloomy, at night, no electricity, he still commands the whole family. His daughter went to university in Hanoi." But Mr. Carr tried to explain. "I am crazy. Don't joke about dead people. He has just come back. I was just there. Met it on the street. Then remembered the story. Want to tell her mother. So go home with her. And came home to find out his parents were haunted. Oh no, his parents are both dead. Then decided to honestly tell the truth. What I witness. But afraid of wild relatives. Scary, no one dares to help. So Carr had to hide the story of Old Thong. Seemingly possessed. Stabbed his own daughter. These days the neighbors are half believing and half doubting. But looking at Mr. Carr's appearance, they did not think Mr. Carr is involved in something else before now. Mrs. Thong lives with her husband and children in the village, has no humanity at all. Try out is now meat problem people. Also do not want to be entangled. The cruel old man Thong. Everyone cursed and wanted to beat him like a boss. In the village, the old couple's family is rich. Should look down on everyone. Poor people. But many of them still. Cursing and swearing at his wife and husband behind their backs. So bad. But Hien just came back, then seriously injured. What? A woman wondered. Mr. Carr did not know how to answer that question. Ask that. Before he told his wife, "I'm dead? Why say that now?" Hien was stabbed by Old Thong with a knife. Listen to it. Very unreasonable. Still hesitating then. In the alley has the sound of a motorbike. Everyone turns around. Looked and saw 2 policemen wearing uniforms. The policemen sitting on it were Dien and Man. 2 commune police. "What's the matter, ma'am?" "Why are you making so much noise? Why are you here, Uncle Carr?" "Here today. We are coming to your house." "But he is not at home. He said he is outside. Planning to meet with the elders. Some topics to discuss to you." Here Man mentioned seeing Mr. Carr in the crowd. So I called Mr. Carr and asked Man, like a drought meets a shower flowing. Came and pulled Man's hand. Carr presented. Said, "Oh, thank goodness you guys are indeed here." "Comrade, just the little girl. The little girl is sick. Seriously injured lying in the house. If you have a motorbike, please help me take him to the hospital." I didn't understand what was going on yet, but I heard. Someone was injured in the accident. Man and Dien immediately got out of the car and ran after Mr. Carr. Inside the house, laid Man and Dien up. Upstairs. Just walked up the stairs, too. The commune policeman frowned. Dien still had to. "Cover your nose because there is a foul smell in the house. It's rather heavy." "What is it? Dead mouse? Or just forget it? Why so really upset?" Fill in the question. But immediately, Dien's question has been answered. Both. The 2 were stunned when they saw it. There were 4 people in the hallway upstairs. Of them, 3 were lying motionless. 1 man, the old man, was sitting against the wall, breathing heavily. Next to the old man was a sharp knife, soaked in blood. Thank you for your attention. Welcome, and goodbye everyone, and see you once more again in the next episode of this story.